Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Unlocking the Wolf. Now this is follow-up to my video yesterday talking about unleashing the wolf. Now I was very general, but I had a question. Shout out to Eli Empire for asking how to unlock the wolf. You know what? One of the things to look at is how the wolf got locked up to begin with. Man doesn't express himself the way he used to, maybe as, going back to the Wild West, at least in American culture. And since it's going out all over the world, just how things used to be. Men used to be able to be men. Think about that. Men used to be able to be men. Even as recently as 30 years ago. One of the things men could always do, they could fight in the streets. If they had a problem, you just square it up, knuckled up, and then after that, nothing, you're good, right? A man by nature, we're built to be warriors. A man by nature are built to be hunters. But we have other people fight wars for us. In fact, most soldiers don't even fight wars anymore. You can fight with a drone or something, right? Yeah, it's like the only warriors still fighting are like special forces. Those are the only real warriors left. And, the warrior thing, I can get deeper into that. But the warrior part of a man is just a willingness to engage either another man physically, or an attorney could be a warrior, somebody who's willing to defend something. That's the warrior. You get a lot of guys now, they get in some trouble, then they ready to call somebody else. When I did that toxic masculinity video, I got hot because I had to step in for other men to do what they were supposed to do. But that was the wolf in me. And, I mentioned one time in there, it's funny, I mentioned one time I was about to go to this white guy's jaw who was harassing this model. I had a couple guys get in there like, oh, I wouldn't do that, we'll do that. I'm going to let y'all in on a secret about me. It was more an excuse to beat the shit out that motherfucker. Because I hate to say it, but I was a little bit more of a thug when I was younger. I had that type, if I see like a group fight and I'm not even involved, like step over there and throw some punches and shit, don't even know what the fuck's happening. Yeah, that was a little crazy. I'm amazed I'm like half sitting in front of y'all. Y'all be surprised some of the shit I used to do. I don't keep it up because, still some cold cases. I'll leave it at that. But a man used to have to be a warrior. In indigenous cultures, there was no such concept as an army. Every able-bodied man was expected to fight. Every man was expected to hunt. In fact, in some cultures, it was a rite of passage for a man to hunt. The problem in this culture is men don't really have to defend anything. They could call somebody else. In fact, some men come up with excuses why they wouldn't defend anything. You have some men don't have to hunt anymore for food, for the most part. Most you get is some fish, and even deer hunters, a lot of them don't hunt for food. Now, I've dealt with some like real life deer hunters who ate the food too. They were some dudes I didn't want to mess with. They were some rednecks and shit. We were cool though. Anybody who know, there's some rednecks out there ain't necessarily racist. They just, quite frankly, as long as you cool with them, they cool with you. Yeah, some of them hate other white people, right? But the thing is, most men don't do it. Then most men are suppressing themselves. Most men who work for another man or another person got to suppress themselves on a job. That's one of the reasons I don't work for anybody anymore. The last day job I was on, I almost went to a manager's jaw. He had to walk away because he was on some dumb shit. And I just tilted my head to the side and just looked at me. He felt it. He felt something. He felt someone was coming to the jaw. Because I don't play that shit. I don't play that shit. But see, the problem is most men do. Most men suppress themselves. Most men are quiet. Most men will get on a job and, they'll tell themselves, oh, I got to have this money. I got to pay for this. I got to support this. So they'll take subpar treatment. And just to be clear, this ain't just black men. This is men, period. Now, you still have some men. Because I know an older white man, 62. He thorough as shit. He walked off a job before taking some bullshit. He was like, fuck y'all. You rolled out. Yeah, he's actually somebody who's watched my videos. He might even check out this video, but he a thorough ass dude. But he quiet, low key, but he's a man about it, right? That wolf is just being that energy that you have. Is letting it go. Now unlocking it. See, that's the problem though. We don't really have much to unlock the energy. We don't have a rites of passage anymore. You know? Everybody ain't grow up in a hood where they got to fight all the time, which ain't a bad thing. I know I did a video saying, hey, you want to get red pill, go in the hood, but let's not glorify things. It's fucked up. So, and you know, that's no one's fault. Now, to unleash it, one of the things I think a lot of men should do is take a martial art or something. And don't take some artistic shit. Take some shit where you have to like have physical combat with somebody, like actually spar and hit each other. Take that. That's something that can bring it out. Forget about the philosophy. Take one of those like hardcore self-defense courses, something. You know? That's why I even did a video suggesting that. You know, if you don't have it in you naturally, especially if you kind of a meek and mild guy, take a self-defense course. Like self-defense. Fuck all the bowing and all that shit. Find somebody who's teaching you how to fuck somebody up. They got those classes. Ironically, they got a lot of them for women, which I highly recommend. But we talking about the men in this one, right? Take one of those courses and stuff. I talked about just going, living in the hood or something. You know what? Take a trip through them sometime or something if you got some fear. Because I know that there's actually grown men out there who don't want to be around those types. Actually have a fear. Face your fear and just go through there. You know, just walk through there. If you concerned about something, hey, leave the credit cards home or something. Right? And that's just small, but at a deep level, you have to examine your life. If you don't feel like the wolf is present in your life, you have to look at yourself and say, hey, you know what? Enough is enough. You got to let go. Sometimes you got to raise your voice. Sometimes you got to stand on principle. Because when you don't, look, let's just be real about the world. Let's just be real. This world is not built for somebody who wants to go through life timid, especially a man. That's one thing I don't respect. That's why y'all saw that rant last week. This world ain't built for it. I'm gonna tell you what. Even in this relationship thing, even with this woman thing, look, this is something I haven't said. I haven't said a lot. I'm just gotta let it go. It's survival of the fittest. Like if you want to be timid and shit, yeah, go watch that dude you think is a bum fuck the woman you've been sweating for 5 years. Or watch somebody with less talent get a raise that you should have got. Or somebody who don't know what they doing running a business where you know the thing and they doing the thing because they aggressive. You know? That's up to you. That's up to you. But if you tired of that shit, you gotta just let go and say fuck it. Understand, survival of the fucking fittest. You know what? If you see that woman, you've been seeing that woman around and she's smiling and you sitting on your ass like not approaching because you're afraid of rejection and shit. Like I say, don't get mad if some other dude who got over his fear, got the wolf in him, go and be tearing her ass up. And then be walking palming her ass in public. That's it. You just gotta get mad. They ain't getting mad. I'm gonna tell you what I did at a seminar one time. I tell you what I did. Used to do really more than one time. I remember I had this one dude, right? And this dude, he was a nice guy and stuff. I started provoking his ass. Right there in front of men and women, I started provoking him. And then when he raised his voice and stuff, then I started clapping. I said, yeah, man, that's how you gotta be. Seriously, sometimes you gotta get mad. You gotta just let it go. Don't hold back. Sometimes there's a time to hold back, and then there's a time to be like hell to the no. Seriously, I don't care where it is, job, whatever. In fact, even on a job, don't let another man take your manhood like that. Because if anytime you working on a job with somebody, at the very least, because we all gotta do it. At the very least, stand up. When somebody come at you raw, whether they're a supervisor or whatever, you let them know. Like, nah, you ain't taking that shit. That's how you unlock the wolf. You just let that shit go. Remember the rule, survival of the fittest. They don't give a fuck about you. That nice shit. First of all, being timid going through life, understand every single thing, I don't care what it is. Every single fucking thing you got as a man, you gotta be aggressive about going for it. Every single thing. There ain't no exceptions. You ain't gonna sit back, you sit back and chill. Even if you lay back, like people say, Ron, you calm and all that. When I want something, I'm like, boom. Shit. I just keep the wolf in the pocket. Then it's like a knife. I be chill most of the time and then I break it out and then put it back in my pocket. That's why you get some like straight up real true to the game gangster types, hustler types. They mellow as shit most of the time, but you fuck with them. They put a bullet in you, then they calm again. But that's the wolf. That's the thing. And, if we're going to talk about it for relationships, deep down, even feminists, even lesbian women want that. I know of dudes who've had lesbians, even some butch lesbians sucking their dicks and shit. Because all women want that energy in a man. I've had women tell me that. They want that wolf. They just don't want that wolf to be turned against them. That's all. They just don't want that wolf turning on them. That's it. But they want to feel that energy. They want to feel that energy in the bedroom. A couple times I've talked about the 9 levels of orgasm. And anybody can look this up themselves. When you get to like when you first starting out, the woman she wants that, she's good with that soft rose petal. Oh, baby, you're so beautiful and all of that. By the time she get to level 5, though, she wants you to fuck the shit out. She wants the wolf then. She wants you growling. She might even like start slapping you around, hitting you on your head and shit. Be talking trash like, that's all you got, punk bitch? Come fuck this. That's how it go. That's how it go. Because even they want the wolf. To reach, I've had guys hit me up about that 9-level orgasm, and that's for my private site. I ain't ready. But you get to that 5th level, women do not want polite shit. You want to take them to that point where they knock the fuck out. So you gotta bring that energy there. Trust me. We hear about the thugs and the bad boys. At least the thugs and the bad boys, at least look like they can give that energy. And I'm gonna tell you on a deep level. I talk all about energy. Women look for that in a man. They look for that in a man. If you too timid, that's a lot of times why a dude can have money. He can even have looks, even some status, and a woman still don't want to mess with him because she don't feel that wolf in him. You gotta just let that shit go. If no place else, then the bedroom. You gotta tap it like you want it. And she might even, like I said, she might even slap you around and encourage you and say, she be like, take this pussy, take this pussy, take this pussy. Shit, they want that. They need to feel it. And they need to feel it outside the bedroom. I'm going to tell you what, if a woman know her man will lay out a body for her, she is a lot calmer than some of these other women. That's why I always talk about, always walking to the outside of the street with a woman. Some deep people be saying, whatever. But, it's letting her know, it's like, nah, I'll hurt somebody. In fact, I was talking with one of my buddies, right? One of my nephews and shit, man. One of the few people who can contact me directly. We were talking about it. He said when he out with his woman, she be trying to hold hands. She be like, nah, baby, you put your hand on my arm. That way my hands are free. And I've told women that too. I've been out with women. I told them, shit, I gotta look like I'm gonna fuck somebody else. But that's the wolf in me. Like I said, for me, I was, y'all can't find it. Record's been sealed. So, but you just gotta, for me, I had to work to be more civilized, more calmer. And a lot of people think I am. People don't, but people know me extremely well. They know how volatile I can get. But I just keep it under control. But for the guy who's never really been there, you've been raised in a good environment, all of that stuff. Like I said, first take a real mark, take some shit. Or you know what? If you kind of like an athlete or something, Play some like play in a touch football league or something if you're an adult male, where you actually gotta hit somebody. Do whatever. It's got to be contact because a big part of the man's fear is a fear of contact and getting hurt and shit. And then that's what causes you to be timid. But you got to work on it. You got to unleash. You got to unlock. All right. You know what? I'm gonna try to think of some. I'm gonna try to think of some ways to definitely do it. See, it'd be hard for me because I'm just throwing stuff out because it'd be hard for me because, like I said, with me, I had to like calm down. I had to be chilled out and stuff. So it's kind of different for me. But anyway, that's what you got to do. I'll get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.